Hello everybody, it's D to the B here, and I have to say, happy May the 4th. And also, it's time to review what I've been waiting for months, the first episode of The Bad Batch. One thing I want to mention real quick, according to some audio that I heard, there has been 14 episodes made, so their finale is 14, or they're gonna make an episode after that. Like, that is unexpected for Disney Plus because usually they do like 6, 8 episodes per season. That's just how the streaming service thing works. I didn't expect 14 episodes already done. But anyway, I may as well get into how I felt about the first Bad Batch official episode. So the episode opens up first with a Star Wars logo. You know how like The Mandalorian has it? But I have to say, I like this logo a whole lot better. And it makes sense that they did change the logo for this series because it's obviously the Clone Wars. It has to look like the Clone Wars. It would have been weird if it was live action Vader helmet, live action Mandalorian helmet. It would have been weird. So I did enjoy that. That was pretty cool. Anyway, then we open up with the Strange Planet. We get to see an animation of Revenge of the Sith, of how Anakin and Obi-Wan saved him. And it was pretty good. I actually liked how they animated them saving the Chancellor. It was pretty cool to see. Anyway, so then we open up with a planet, and you won't guess it, who is on that planet. Well, duh, the Bad Batch is gonna be on there, but none other than Kanan Jarrus and his master are in this episode. When I saw that Kanan was in this episode, I'm like, is that Kanan? Wow. And Kanan brings reinforcements, which of course are the Bad Batch. And the Bad Batch completely destroys the droid army. And after they destroy the droid army, Hunter recommends Kanan's master, I forget her name. He recommends that they do a frontal attack to deal with the enemy. And Kanan's master and the clones are like, where's our backup? And then the Bad Batch are like, they've been sent to the capital. Which I'm guessing that's a reference to the beginning of Order 66. And then they start to do the frontal attack. But, of course, it was interrupted by Order 66, which we got to see how Kanan's master died. Which was a pretty interesting detail. I know that she was killed during Order 66, but we didn't get really much detail. This is pretty much all we got from Rebels.
Soldiers, the clones, the ones we Jedi fought side by side with, suddenly turned and betrayed us. I watched them kill my master. She fought beside them for years, and they gunned her down in a second. Then came for me. Later they said they had chips in their heads that made them do it. Said they had no choice. I didn't betray my Jedi. Wolf, Gregor, and I all removed our control chips.
So, yeah. Pretty interesting. And because of Order 66, we get to also see when Kanan turned against clones. And especially this scene made me cry a bit because they are obviously getting along for a bit. And then he sees the clones killing his master and he completely turns their back on them. And we get a clear detail that Order 66, yeah, they didn't do it. Yeah, they were immune to it, which I'll get into why they were immune to it just a second. So Hunter and Crosshairs go try looking for Kanan, or in this timeline, Caleb, because I think in Disney canon his name was Caleb and then he switched his name to Kanan. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Hunter tries reasoning with Caleb, but unfortunately Crosshairs tries killing him, which, even though they don't know what Order 66 is, well, Hunter, Tech, Echo, and Wrecker don't know what it is. We can obviously tell Crosshairs knows what Order 66 is. And then Tech finds out what it is. Hunter's confused. Crosshairs is buying it. They find Kanan again. Of course, Kanan knocks Crosshairs out. Eventually, they run off to an edge. Hunter tries convincing him to come with them, but the other clones manage to find where they are. So Kanan jumps and then he runs off. Crosshairs then wonders where he went. Hunter lied that Kanan died. And Crosshairs was not buying it. So later they head to Camino. They got their new quarters. And then they go to a meeting, which this is the Emperor giving that speech from Revenge of the Sith. Here's the speech right here.
Rebellion has been foiled.
What's happened?
The Chancellor's been elaborating on a plot by the Jedi to overthrow the Senate.
The remaining Jedi will be hunted down and defeated. The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. But I swear, my resolve has never been stronger. In order to ensure the security and continuing stability, the Republic will be reorganized into the first Galactic Empire.
So then after that, Hunter notices Omega in the meeting. Then they eventually leave. Omega encounters them, and she obviously knows who they are, and she names all of their names. But then a Kaminoan comes by and takes her away. Later we transfer to a cafeteria, which, this was my favorite scene. Just, this part made me laugh. So, they're in the cafeteria getting their food. Hunter and the Bad Batch, they all sit down. Eventually Omega comes by. Clone troopers come by, pick on them, which, of course, it's a typical bully trope. But the scene is still funny to a certain degree. And, of course, then a food fight happens. I don't know, just this food fight with the clones fighting each other, I just found very hilarious when Wrecker started up the food fight. I just found it hilarious, including how Echo's like, not again. They fight. Eventually Echo gets knocked out. Then after Echo wakes up, they head to training. Grand Moff Tarkin's in here. I forgot to mention that. He watches over the Bad Batch, Grand Moff Tarkin, and he is kind of impressed, but he needs to test them to see who they're loyal to. So he sends them on a mission to kill Republic fighters, which he did not know. The Bad Batch didn't know that they were Republic soldiers. They figured that they were droids. Hunter and the Bad Batch align themselves with the rebellion. Then they go back for Omega, and then they get captured. And then they take Crosshairs, they brainwash him to becoming one of them. They eventually get Omega. They get their gear because it was taken because they were thrown in prison. And then we get to also find out that Omega is a female clone of Jango Fett. Huh. I guess those fan theories were right. Who would have thought? Then, they grab all their stuff, and then the clone troopers and Crosshairs show up to stop them. And I guess another theory was right. Crosshairs did betray the Bad Batch. Which, unfortunately, this one was spoiled because we got a leak for a Lego set here. I'm going to put an image right here of the leak of the Lego set that we received. Hopefully it eventually comes out because I do want this set because I love the Bad Batch characters. So then eventually they retreat. Of course, Omega, before they left, shoots Crosshairs, which it's a little strange how she can fire a gun even though she said that she has never fired a gun before. It's strange, but hopefully they don't go the way that I think they're going. Then they head off to space to meet up with a friend of theirs on a specific planet. And that's the end of the episode. What did I think of this episode? I actually kind of liked it. I would have to give it maybe 8 out of 10. Of course, there are some problems with the episode, but I thought it was pretty good for a start. Hopefully the show can continue being good. Just saying. Anyway, what did you guys think of the episode? Tell me in the comments. And have a nice day. Oh yeah, and I forgot. The reason the Bad Batch were immune is because of their mutations, except for Crosshairs and Echo. Echo, it's because of all the damage he got on his last mission and all the tech that he received. And Crosshairs obviously turned bad. He did have a struggle until they completely brainwashed him. I just wanted to mention that real quick before I go. But yeah, have a nice day, guys.